SBA Publications.
Hello, dear students. How are you all? I am Vedika, and today I am here with our next chapter of literature. That is chapter number 13. And the name of the chapter is Srinivasa Ramanujan Iyengar. So, Srinivasa Ramanujan, was a great mathematician genius of India. So, let us read what this chapter holds about our mathematical genius. Srinivas Ramanujan was one of India's mathematical geniuses. He made wonderful contributions to the field of advanced mathematics. So, this man, Srinivas Ramanujan, he was one of the greatest India's mathematical genius. He is one of the greatest. And he has made wonderful contributions to the field of advanced mathematics. Even today, his fascinating results and mathematical theories and a number of unpublished notebooks filled with theorems continue to baffle and enthrall mathematicians. So, even today, his fascinating results and mathematical theories, his results and his theories, and there are a number of unpublished notebooks also that are filled with theorems, so they still exist and they still shock and baffle the mathematicians. Ramanujan was born in his grandmother's house in Erode, a small village near Chennai in Tamil Nadu. So he was born in Tamil Nadu, where at his grandmother's house. While he was still a baby, his mother took him to Kumbakonam, near Chennai, where his father worked as a clerk in a cloth merchant's shop. So, when he was still a baby, his mother took him to Kumbakonam, where his father was working as a clerk in a merchant's shop. He joined the town high school there in January 1898. So, in 1898 January, he joined a high school and was a very good student. He was a very good student, but his real aptitude lay in mathematics. He read G.S. Carr's synopsis of elementary results in pure mathematics to teach himself mathematics. So he has worked very hard in his field and he was very much into mathematics that he was beyond the level of the children of his age. He got a scholarship for his first year at the government college in Kumbakonam, but he devoted more time to mathematics and neglected his other subjects. So he got a scholarship at his college. However, he was more interested in mathematics and he invested more time in it and he left other subjects aside. In 1906, Ramanujan joined Achayappa's college at Chennai. He passed in math but failed in all his other subjects. In the following years, he worked on developing his own ideas in mathematics. Without having a real idea of the research topics, then all he had were the topics in Carr's book. So he passed in mathematics and he failed in all other subjects. And he was working on making his own uh, ideas in mathematics without having any real idea. So he only thing he was using was Carr's book. On 14 July 1909, he was married to a 9-year-old girl. So he was married to a 9-year-old girl, which his mother arranged for him. However, Ramanujan did not live with his wife until she was 12 years old. So at that time, he was married with a little girl who was only 9 years old, but he did not live with her until she was 12. During this period, he published many papers and was becoming well known in Chennai as a mathematical genius. So, during this period, he had published a lot of books, papers, and was becoming a well known in Chennai as a mathematical genius. So, in Chennai, he became a mathematical genius in the eyes of the people. In 1913, while he worked as a clerk in the Indian Mathematical Society, Ramanujan wrote to Cambridge mathematician G. H. Hardy and told him about his work. He had read Hardy's 1910 book, Orders of Infinity. So, he was working as a clerk in Indian Mathematical Society, and at that time, he wrote to a Cambridge mathematician and he told him about his work. And he had read Hardy's book, Orders of Infinity, at that time. Soon, a regular correspondence developed between the two, and in 1914, Ramanujan enrolled at Trinity College, Cambridge. There, Hardy and Ramanujan began collaborating. So, soon he became very much friendly with the person, Hardy, and then in 1914 he enrolled at Trinity College, Cambridge, and there Hardy and Ramanujan they both started collaborating. But Ramanujan did not keep well. Being an orthodox Brahmin, he was a strict vegetarian, but Ramanujan could not stay there well. As he was a Brahmin, he could not eat non vegetarian food there because he was a vegetarian. During World War One, when food was already scarce, it got harder for him to get special food, and Ramanujan began having health problems. But with Hardy's encouragement, he continued to publish papers which were very well received in the academic community. So, what happened? As he was a very strict vegetarian, it was very hard for him to survive there. And when the World War broke out, the First World War, the food became more scarce, their uh, and their vegetarian food is considered to be a special food. So to arrange vegetarian food at that time was very tough, and Ramanujan began to feel sick. His health was being suffered, and still Hardy encouraged him to keep publishing the papers, which was being well received in the academic community. In 1916, Ramanujan graduated from Cambridge with a Bachelor of Science by Research. This degree was recognized as a PhD after 1920. But a year later, he fell seriously ill and his doctor feared that he would die. So, what happened in 1916? He graduated with a bachelor's degree and it was recognized as a PhD after a year in 1920 after 1920. But after 1 year he became so ill that the doctor was afraid that maybe Ramanujan will die. Ramanujan was elected as fellow of the Cambridge Philosophical Society in 1918. In 1918 he was elected as a fellow of the Cambridge Philosophical Society. At the same time, he was elected as Fellow of the Royal Society of London. At the same time, he was also recognized as the Fellow of Royal Society of London. This was a great honor to him, and his health seemed to improve, and his health was improving. But when Ramanujan arrived in India on 13 March that year, he was dying. Despite medical treatment, he died in 1920. Although he was getting the medical treatment, he still died in 1920 as his health had already suffered a lot in Cambridge. So that was the story of Ramanujan, who was a very great mathematician of India, and he has contributed to a lot in the mathematical field. Now let us look at the vocabulary. Fascinating. That means interesting. Baffle. Baffle means confuse. Correspondence means communication. Enthrall means capture attention. His equations, his theorems still capture attention. Despite means without being affected by. So, despite the treatment, he died in 1920. So, that was it for your chapter. Now you have this exercise. This chapter was very informative, I assume, and you will be able to perform well in the exercise. So, focus on the exercise and about Ramanujan, and I will see you in the next video with another interesting chapter. Till then, take care. Bye bye.